Welcome to tonight's peaceful journey through time, where we'll discover the remarkable ingenuity of our ancient ancestors. Allow yourself to settle comfortably, and prepare to drift into a world of wonder. If you enjoy calming stories like this, consider subscribing to our channel, and turn on the bell, so you never miss a peaceful night's rest. Now, take a slow, deep breath in through your nose, hold it gently for a moment, and release it slowly through your mouth. Feel your body beginning to relax, as we prepare to explore together. Tonight, we'll wander through 20 incredible ancient engineering marvels and technologies, from the mystical stone circles of forgotten civilizations, to the ingenious water systems that sustained entire empires. Each discovery will reveal the extraordinary creativity and brilliant problem-solving of humans who lived thousands of years before us. These aren't just stories of stone and metal, but tales of human determination, innovation, and the timeless desire to create something lasting, something beautiful. You'll marvel at how our ancestors moved massive stones without modern machinery, how they created precise astronomical instruments, and engineered structures that still stand today, defying time itself. As we journey together through these ancient wonders, let each story wash over you like gentle waves, carrying away the tensions of your day, and filling your mind with peaceful images of humanity's most fascinating achievements. Breathe deeply, and let the journey through time begin. Chapter 1. The Great Pyramid of Giza. Precision in stone. In this moment, we journey back in time, to the golden sands of ancient Egypt, where the desert winds whisper secrets of a civilization that achieved the impossible. Let your breathing slow and deepen, as we stand before the most magnificent monument ever created by human hands, the Great Pyramid of Giza. Picture yourself on the Giza Plateau, 4,500 years ago. The year is approximately 2580 BCE, and you witness thousands of skilled workers, architects, and engineers, united in creating something that will outlast empires, outlast languages, outlast entire civilizations. This is not merely a tomb, but a testament to human precision, mathematical genius, and engineering mastery that still baffles experts today. Feel the warm Egyptian sun on your shoulders, as you observe the incredible precision of this ancient wonder. The Great Pyramid originally stood 481 feet tall, constructed from over 2 million limestone blocks, each weighing between 2 and 15 tons. Yet the entire structure is aligned to true north with an accuracy of just 3/60ths of a degree, more precise than most modern buildings. Breathe slowly, and marvel at the mathematical perfection embedded in every stone. The pyramid's base perimeter, when divided by its height, equals pi, a mathematical constant the Greeks wouldn't formally recognize for another 2,000 years. The ancient Egyptians somehow encoded this cosmic relationship into solid stone, creating a monument that bridges earthly engineering with celestial mathematics. Let your mind drift, as we explore how these ancient builders moved such massive stones. Recent discoveries suggest they used a sophisticated system of ramps, pulleys, and copper tools, combined with an intricate understanding of leverage and counterweights. Teams of workers, organized with military precision, transported limestone blocks from nearby quarries, while granite stones traveled over 500 miles from Aswan, floated down the Nile on specially designed barges. The internal chambers reveal even more astounding engineering. The king's chamber contains massive granite blocks, fitted together so precisely that you cannot slide a knife blade between them. The corbelled ceiling, designed to distribute the immense weight above, demonstrates an understanding of structural engineering that rivals modern techniques. Hidden shafts, precisely angled toward specific stars, suggest the builders possessed advanced astronomical knowledge. Consider the organizational marvel this represents. Feeding, housing, and coordinating tens of thousands of workers required sophisticated logistics, urban planning, and resource management. Recent archaeological evidence reveals entire cities built specifically to support pyramid construction, complete with bakeries, breweries, medical facilities, and workers' villages. This wasn't just building a monument, it was orchestrating one of history's most complex projects. The precision extends to details invisible to casual observers. The pyramid's 4 sides are equal to within just 2 centimeters, across a base measuring 230 meters. The internal passages maintain consistent angles and dimensions, carved through solid rock with tools we're still trying to understand. Every measurement, every angle, every stone placement, reflects a level of planning and execution that speaks to profound mathematical and engineering knowledge. As you rest in contemplation of this ancient achievement, feel a deep connection to the human spirit of innovation. These builders, working without modern machinery, without computers, without steel tools, created something that has stood unchanged while entire civilizations rose and fell around it. Their legacy reminds us that human ingenuity, patience, and dedication can achieve the seemingly impossible. Let the weight of this ancient wisdom settle over you like a comfortable blanket. The Great Pyramid stands not just as a monument to a pharaoh, but as proof of humanity's endless capacity for wonder, precision, and dreams made manifest in stone. Rest now in this ancient wisdom. Chapter 2. Roman Aqueducts. Water across mountains. Picture yourself standing before one of history's most ingenious engineering achievements, as we journey to the heart of the Roman Empire, where brilliant minds solved an impossible challenge, bringing fresh mountain water across hundreds of miles, to nourish millions of people in bustling cities. Feel your breathing slow and steady, as we explore these remarkable stone arteries that sustained an entire civilization. Imagine the Mediterranean sun warming ancient limestone, as Roman engineers surveyed the rugged landscape before them. The year is 312 BCE, and Rome's growing population desperately needs clean water. But the nearest pure springs lie far beyond distant hills, across valleys, through mountains, and over rivers. What seems impossible to us, these visionary builders saw as merely a fascinating puzzle to solve. Breathe deeply, and witness the extraordinary precision of Roman surveying. Using simple tools, bronze instruments called gramma and chorobates, these ancient engineers calculated gradients across vast distances with stunning accuracy. The Pont du Gard aqueduct in southern France maintains a gradient of just 24.8 meters over its entire 50-kilometer length. A slope so gentle, so perfectly calculated, that water flows steadily without erosion or stagnation. Feel the cool stone beneath your fingertips as we examine the masterful construction techniques. Roman builders developed a revolutionary concrete, mixing volcanic ash called pozzolan with lime and water, creating a material stronger than many modern alternatives. This hydraulic cement could set underwater, allowing construction of foundations in rivers and marshlands. Each stone was cut and fitted with mathematical precision, creating structures that have endured for over 2,000 years. Let your mind drift along these ancient waterways, following the ingenious solutions Romans devised for every obstacle. When valleys blocked their path, they built soaring stone bridges, some reaching 160 feet in height. When mountains stood in their way, they carved tunnels through solid rock, using only hand tools, fire, and vinegar to crack the stone. The Claudia Aqueduct's tunnel system stretches over 10 miles underground, a feat of engineering that rivals modern subway construction. Marvel at the sophisticated distribution systems within Roman cities. Water flowed into massive settling tanks called castellum divisorium, where sediment could settle, and flow could be regulated. From there, a network of lead and terracotta pipes carried water to public fountains, private homes, bathhouses, and even elaborate decorative displays. The wealthy could enjoy running water in their villas, while public fountains ensured every citizen had access to clean, fresh mountain water. Consider the organizational mastery required. Maintaining these vast networks employed thousands of specialized workers. A quarry maintained the channels, removing debris and repairing damage. Castellari operated the distribution points, while Velici supervised entire aqueduct systems. Roman law protected these vital waterways, with severe penalties for contamination or unauthorized tapping. This wasn't just engineering, it was the foundation of urban civilization. The scale of Roman water engineering astounds even today. The city of Rome itself was served by 11 major aqueducts, delivering over 300 million gallons daily, enough to supply a modern city of comparable size. Some aqueducts remained in continuous use for over 1,000 years, testament to the durability of Roman engineering principles. Their influence spread across the empire, from Britain to North Africa, bringing the gift of clean water to millions. As you rest in contemplation, feel the gentle flow of ancient wisdom. These Roman engineers understood that civilization depends on solving fundamental human needs. They transformed landscapes, moved mountains, and bridged impossible distances, all to ensure that clean water flowed reliably to those who needed it. Their legacy flows through every modern water system, every urban planning decision, every recognition that great engineering serves humanity's most basic requirements. Let wonder settle over you softly. Chapter 3. The Antikythera Mechanism. Ancient computers step through the centuries with me, to a remarkable discovery that changed everything we thought we knew about ancient technology. Imagine diving into the crystal-clear waters off the Greek island of Antikythera, where in 1901, sponge divers discovered a Roman shipwreck, containing what would become known as the world's first analog computer. Let your breathing become as rhythmic as gentle Mediterranean waves, as we explore this extraordinary testament to Greek scientific genius. Picture the moment when archaeologists first glimpsed this corroded bronze artifact. Initially dismissed as a simple astrolabe, this mysterious device would reveal secrets that astounded the scientific world. For over a century, researchers painstakingly studied its intricate mechanisms, using X-ray tomography and advanced imaging, to peer inside its bronze casing. What they found defied every assumption about ancient technological capabilities. Breathe slowly and marvel at the sophisticated engineering within. This compact device, no larger than a shoebox, contained at least 37 meshing bronze gears, precision crafted with triangular teeth. The largest gear has 223 teeth, while the smallest contains just 15. Each gear ratio was mathematically calculated to represent the complex movements of celestial bodies. The Sun, Moon, and 5 known planets, all tracked with stunning accuracy across multiple interlocking cycles. Feel the smooth bronze surfaces, worn by centuries beneath the sea, yet still revealing the meticulous craftsmanship of ancient Greek artisans. The mechanism's front face displayed a calendar dial, marking the 365-day Egyptian year, while a smaller dial tracked the 19-year Metonic cycle, reconciling lunar months with solar years. Turn the bronze hand crank, and watch as multiple dials simultaneously show the positions of celestial bodies, eclipse predictions, and even the timing of Olympic Games. Let your mind drift back to the workshop where this marvel was created, around 100 BCE. Skilled craftsmen, possibly students of the great Hipparchus, worked with bronze tools and mathematical precision, cutting gear teeth by hand, calculating ratios that wouldn't be seen again until medieval clockmakers, over 1,000 years later. The level of miniaturization rivals Swiss watchmaking, yet this predates such technology by 2 millennia. Consider the profound astronomical knowledge embedded within. The mechanism accurately modeled the elliptical orbit of the Moon, incorporating Hipparchus's discovery that lunar motion varies in speed. It predicted solar and lunar eclipses decades in advance, using sophisticated mathematical models. The device even accounted for the irregular 76-year cycle of Mercury and Venus, demonstrating that Greek astronomers possessed far more advanced understanding than previously imagined. The rear of the mechanism reveals even more sophisticated functions. 2 large dials track the Metonic and Saros cycles, allowing users to predict eclipses with remarkable precision. Smaller subsidiary dials show the 4-year Olympic cycle and other Panhellenic games. This wasn't merely a scientific instrument, but a comprehensive calendar system, integrating astronomy, mathematics, and cultural events into one portable device. Recent discoveries continue to astound researchers. Advanced imaging revealed previously hidden inscriptions, essentially an ancient user's manual, written in tiny Greek letters. These texts describe the mechanism's functions, astronomical phenomena, and operational procedures. The device represents a fusion of theoretical knowledge and practical engineering, demonstrating that ancient Greeks possessed both the mathematical understanding and technical skills to create sophisticated mechanical computers. As you contemplate this extraordinary achievement, feel a deep connection to human curiosity and innovation. 2,000 years ago, Greek minds grappled with the same questions that drive modern science. How do celestial bodies move? Can we predict their positions? How can we encode complex mathematical relationships into mechanical form? Their bronze computer proves that the desire to understand and predict our universe transcends any single era. The Antikythera mechanism reminds us that human ingenuity has always reached toward the stars. These ancient engineers created something that wouldn't be matched until the astronomical clocks of medieval Europe. Their legacy lives in every computer, every smartphone, every device that processes complex calculations. They showed us that with patience, precision, and profound understanding, even the movements of the heavens can be captured in bronze and gear. Feel this ingenuity becoming part of your dreams. Chapter 4. Machu Picchu. Engineering in the clouds. Feel yourself drifting to ancient times, high in the misty peaks of the Andes Mountains, where extraordinary Inca engineers achieved what seems impossible even today. At 8,000 feet above sea level, on a narrow ridge between towering granite peaks, they created a masterpiece of stone that has withstood 5 centuries of earthquakes, landslides, and torrentia. Rains. Let your breathing match the thin mountain air, as we explore this remarkable testament to human determination and ingenuity. Picture the moment around 1450 CE, when Inca architects first surveyed this dramatic landscape. Steep cliffs plunge thousands of feet into the rushing Urubamba River below, while jagged peaks pierce the clouds above. What others might see as an impossible building site, these visionary engineers recognized as the perfect location for a royal estate, a sacred center, and an engineering marvel that would demonstrate the full power of Inca construction mastery. Breathe slowly, and feel the perfectly fitted granite stones beneath your fingertips. The Inca developed a construction technique called ashlar masonry, cutting massive blocks so precisely that no mortar was needed. Each stone, some weighing over 50 tons, was shaped to fit its neighbors with mathematical perfection. The joints are so tight that you cannot slide a knife blade between them, yet the walls flex and move during earthquakes, preventing the catastrophic collapse that would destroy rigid structures. Marvel at how these ancient builders transported enormous granite blocks up nearly vertical mountainsides, without wheels, without large domesticated animals, without iron tools. Using bronze and stone implements, rope systems, and ingenious ramp networks, teams of workers moved multi-ton stones across impossible terrain. Recent experiments suggest they used a combination of levers, rollers, and coordinated human power, demonstrating organizational skills that rival modern construction management. Let your mind wander through the sophisticated urban planning. Machu Picchu contains over 200 structures, arranged in distinct districts connected by stone staircases and narrow pathways. The agricultural terraces, called andines, transform steep slopes into productive farmland, while preventing erosion and landslides. These terraces required moving thousands of tons of soil and stone, creating a complex drainage system that still functions perfectly after 5 centuries. Feel the morning mist swirling around the astronomical observatory. The Intihuatana stone, carved from a single granite outcrop, serves as a precise solar clock and calendar. Its angles and surfaces track the sun's movement throughout the year, marking solstices, equinoxes, and planting seasons. This sacred stone demonstrates the Incas' sophisticated understanding of astronomy, seamlessly integrated with their architectural achievements. Consider the remarkable water management systems. Mountain springs were channeled through carved stone fountains, providing fresh water to every district. The drainage system, built with precisely graded stone channels, prevents flooding during the intense rainy season. Even today, after centuries of abandonment, water still flows cleanly through the original Inca conduits, testament to their hydraulic engineering expertise. The construction techniques reveal profound understanding of seismic engineering. The Inca built in one of the world's most earthquake-prone regions, yet Machu Picchu has survived countless tremors that would destroy conventional buildings. The trapezoidal doorways and windows, wider at the base than the top, distribute weight efficiently, while the interlocking stone construction allows controlled movement during seismic events. Examine the precision of the royal tomb, carved directly into living rock beneath the Temple of the Sun. The curved wall follows the natural granite formation, yet maintains perfect geometric proportions. Windows align precisely with astronomical events, while the stonework demonstrates mastery of both engineering and artistic expression. Every surface shows evidence of patient craftsmanship, using only bronze tools and abrasive sand to achieve mirror-smooth finishes. As you rest in contemplation of this mountain sanctuary, feel the profound connection between human ambition and natural harmony. The Inca didn't conquer this landscape, they collaborated with it. Their architecture flows with the mountain's contours. Their drainage works with natural water patterns. Their agricultural terraces follow the slope's geometry. This represents engineering as art, construction as reverence, technology as partnership with the natural world. The mystery of Machu Picchu's abandonment adds to its timeless appeal. Sometime in the 16th century, this thriving community simply vanished, leaving behind only their extraordinary stonework. For 400 years, the cloud forest reclaimed the terraces, until Hiram Bingham's 1911 expedition revealed this lost masterpiece to the modern world. Their engineering legacy reminds us that true achievement transcends time, that human creativity can transform the impossible into the eternal. Allow this knowledge to comfort you. Chapter 5. The Hanging Gardens of Babylon. Vertical Paradise. Let us travel together now, to one of history's most legendary engineering achievements, floating through time to ancient Mesopotamia, where the fertile plains between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers witnessed an extraordinary feat of hydraulic engineering and botanical artistry. Close your eyes and breathe deeply, as we explore the magnificent Hanging Gardens of Babylon, a vertical paradise that transformed desert air into a cascading oasis of green wonder. Picture yourself in the heart of Babylon around 600 BCE, during the reign of the mighty king Nebuchadnezzar II. The city sprawls beneath the blazing Mesopotamian sun, its brick walls and ziggurats rising from dusty plains. Yet here, defying nature itself, stands a mountain of greenery, terraced gardens ascending in graceful steps toward the sky, each level bursting with exotic trees, fragrant flowers, and cooling shade that seems impossible in this arid landscape. Feel the cool mist on your skin, as water cascades gently from terrace to terrace. The engineering marvel begins deep underground, where massive bronze pumps, operated by an ingenious system of chains and gears, lift precious water from the Euphrates River. Teams of workers, coordinated like dancers, turn great wheels that drive the pumping mechanism, sending streams of life-giving water up through hidden channels within the garden's supporting walls. Marvel at the sophisticated construction techniques. Each terrace rests upon massive stone arches, strong enough to support tons of soil, mature trees, and the constant weight of flowing water. The foundations descend deep into the earth, anchored with bitumen and lead sheets to prevent water seepage. Babylonian engineers created a waterproof membrane system, using layers of reeds, asphalt, and fired bricks, technology that wouldn't be improved upon for centuries. Breathe in the imagined fragrance of cedar, cypress, and palm trees, thriving impossibly high above the desert floor. The gardens contained plants from across the known world, brought as tribute from distant lands. Mountain flowers from Armenia bloomed alongside tropical fruits from India, while Persian roses perfumed the air next to Egyptian papyrus. This wasn't merely engineering, it was the world's first international botanical garden, a living library of global flora. Let your mind wander through the intricate irrigation network, hidden within the garden's structure. A maze of clay pipes and bronze channels distributed water with mathematical precision. Each plant received exactly the moisture it needed, while excess water flowed gracefully to lower levels. The system included settling pools where sediment could collect, and overflow channels that prevented flooding during the river's seasonal variations. Every drop was precious, every flow carefully calculated. Consider the remarkable logistics required. Maintaining this vertical paradise demanded constant attention from skilled gardeners, hydraulic engineers, and botanical specialists. Soil had to be regularly replenished, carried up countless steps in woven baskets. Exotic plants required specific care, protection from desert winds, and careful pruning to maintain the garden's aesthetic harmony. The pumping system needed daily maintenance, with bronze components cleaned and lubricated to ensure continuous water flow. Ancient writers described the gardens as a wonder beyond imagination. Greek historians spoke of trees so large that several men couldn't encircle their trunks, of vines heavy with grapes growing 75 feet above ground, of the sound of falling water creating a constant, soothing melody that could be heard throughout the royal palace. Visitors from across the ancient world came to witness this triumph of human ingenuity over natural limitations. The gardens represented more than engineering prowess. They embodied the Babylonian understanding of paradise itself. In a civilization born from desert irrigation, the ability to make water flow upward, to create abundance from scarcity, demonstrated divine favor and royal power. Legend suggests Nebuchadnezzar built them for his homesick queen, Amytis of Media, who longed for the green mountains of her homeland. Love expressed through hydraulic engineering, romance written in stone and flowing water. Though the gardens have vanished, consumed by time and changing rivers, their engineering principles live on. The concept of vertical gardening, terraced agriculture, and sophisticated irrigation systems influences modern sustainable architecture. Urban planners today study Babylonian techniques for creating green spaces in challenging environments. Their legacy flows through every rooftop garden, every green wall, every attempt to bring nature into our constructed world. As you rest in contemplation, feel the gentle spray of ancient fountains, the whisper of wind through impossible leaves, the satisfaction of human creativity transforming limitation into beauty. The hanging gardens remind us that engineering at its finest serves not just practical needs, but the human soul's longing for wonder, for beauty, for the miraculous made manifest through patient skill and visionary determination. Breathe slowly, and let that wonder fade into peace. Chapter 6. Stonehenge, astronomical calendar in stone. Close your eyes and imagine yourself transported to the windswept Salisbury Plain of ancient Britain, where over 5,000 years ago, Neolithic peoples began constructing one of humanity's most enduring mysteries. Let the gentle English breeze carry away your daily concerns, as we explore Stonehenge, a magnificent stone circle that served as both temple and astronomical computer, built by people who left no written records, yet encoded profound cosmic knowledge in enduring stone. Picture the monument in its full glory, around 2500 BCE. Massive trilithons, two vertical stones capped by horizontal lintels, form an inner horseshoe arrangement, while the outer circle contains 30 upright sarsen stones, each weighing up to 25 tons. These weren't local materials. The smaller bluestones traveled over 150 miles from Wales, transported by people using only rope, wooden rollers, and extraordinary determination. Recent discoveries suggest they may have used ball bearings made from rounded stones, a technique that wouldn't reappear for millennia. Feel the smooth surface of the heel stone, positioned precisely to mark the summer solstice sunrise. Stand in the circle's center on June 21st, and watch the sun rise directly over this ancient marker, casting its first rays through the monument's heart. This alignment isn't accidental. It represents sophisticated astronomical observation, accumulated over generations of careful sky watching. The builders understood celestial cycles with remarkable precision, breathe slowly, and marvel at the construction techniques. Each sarsen stone was shaped using only stone hammers, pounded repeatedly to achieve smooth surfaces and precise angles. The horizontal lintels were secured with mortise and tenon joints, woodworking techniques adapted for stone, demonstrating remarkable engineering innovation. Archaeological evidence shows the builders used ramps, levers, and possibly a frame lifting devices, moving these massive stones across miles of countryside without wheels or large animals. Let your mind drift through the monument's multiple construction phases, spanning over 1,500 years. The first builders created a simple earthwork circle. Later generations added the iconic stones, repositioning and refining the arrangement. Each phase reveals evolving astronomical knowledge. The monument tracks not just the summer solstice, but also winter solstice, lunar cycles, and eclipse predictions. It's a stone computer, calculating celestial events with accuracy that rivals modern instruments. Consider the profound social organization required. Moving and erecting these stones demanded coordinated effort from hundreds of people. Feeding, housing, and organizing such massive work parties suggests a sophisticated society. Recent discoveries of nearby timber circles, burial mounds, and processional avenues reveal Stonehenge as the centerpiece of a vast sacred landscape. This wasn't just a monument, but the heart of a complex ceremonial region. The acoustic properties add another layer of mystery. The stone circle creates unique sound effects, amplifying voices within while muffling external noise. Experiments show that certain frequencies resonate powerfully within the monument, suggesting the builders understood acoustic engineering. Perhaps ceremonies combined astronomical observation with musical ritual, creating multi-sensory experiences that connected earth and sky. Archaeological evidence reveals the builders' remarkable precision. The circle's geometry incorporates complex mathematical relationships. The spacing between stones follows consistent ratios, while sidelines align with multiple celestial events. Recent laser scanning shows construction accuracy within centimeters, achieved using Bronze Age tools and techniques. This level of precision required not just skill, but profound understanding of geometry and astronomy. The monument's enduring mystery lies in its creators' motivation. Without written records, we can only imagine the beliefs that inspired such monumental effort. Perhaps they saw themselves as partners with cosmic forces, building a bridge between earthly and celestial realms. The stones have witnessed over 150 generations of summer solstices, each sunrise reaffirming the builder's cosmic vision. Modern research continues revealing Stonehenge's secrets. Ground-penetrating radar has discovered additional stone circles, timber structures, and burial sites. The monument exists within a landscape rich with Neolithic activity, suggesting it served as a pilgrimage destination, drawing people from across Britain and continental Europe. Its influence spread far beyond its immediate builders. As you contemplate this ancient achievement, feel connected to humanity's timeless fascination with the heavens? These Neolithic astronomers, working without metal tools or written language, created something that still inspires wonder. Their stone circle reminds us that the desire to understand our place in the cosmos transcends any single culture or era. They built not just for themselves, but for all future generations who would stand within their circle and marvel at human ingenuity. Carry this marvel gently in your thoughts. Chapter 7. The Great Wall of China. Defense across mountains. In this moment, we journey back in time, to the rugged mountains and vast plains of ancient China, where over 2 millennia ago, visionary emperors and countless workers created humanity's most ambitious construction project. Let your breathing slow and deepen, as we explore the Great Wall of China, a serpentine masterpiece that winds across 13,000 miles of diverse terrain, demonstrating extraordinary engineering prowess and unwavering human determination. Picture yourself standing atop a watchtower during the Ming Dynasty, around 1400 CE. The wall stretches endlessly in both directions, following mountain ridges, crossing valleys, and adapting to every geographical challenge. Below you, the ancient stones tell stories of ingenious construction techniques, developed over centuries of trial and refinement. This isn't merely a wall, but a complex defensive system integrating fortifications, communication networks, and supply routes into one unified structure. Feel the solid stone blocks beneath your feet, each carefully fitted without mortar in the earliest sections. Later builders developed sophisticated techniques using brick, stone, and tamped earth. The wall's foundation often extends deep into bedrock, while the structure itself varies in height from 15 to 30 feet, depending on terrain and strategic importance. Watchtowers rise at regular intervals, positioned for optimal visibility and communication across vast distances. Breathe slowly and marvel at the construction logistics. Building the wall required transporting millions of tons of materials across impossible terrain. Workers carried stones up steep mountain paths, mixed mortar using local materials, and devila. Innovative techniques for each geographical challenge. In desert regions, they used sand and reeds. In mountains, local stone and lime mortar. Each section reflects adaptation to available resources and environmental conditions. Let your mind drift along the wall's remarkable engineering solutions. Where it crosses rivers, builders constructed fortified gates with sophisticated drainage systems. Mountain sections follow ridge lines with mathematical precision, minimizing construction effort while maximizing defensive advantage. The wall incorporates natural barriers, cliffs, and rivers, demonstrating strategic thinking that combined military necessity with engineering efficiency. Consider the communication system embedded within. Smoke signals during the day, beacon fires at night, allowed messages to travel the wall's entire length within hours. Each watchtower maintains supplies of wolf dung, which produces thick, distinctive smoke. Signal protocols enabled complex messages, from simple alerts to detailed troop movement information. This represented one of history's most sophisticated long-distance communication networks. The wall's construction spanned multiple dynasties, each contributing innovations and improvements. The Qin dynasty connected existing walls around 220 BCE, creating the first unified system. Ming dynasty builders, over 1,000 years later, rebuilt much of what we see today, using advanced brick-making techniques and improved mortar. Their sections have survived centuries of weather, earthquakes, and human conflict. Archaeological evidence reveals the human cost and organization required. Entire cities were built to support construction, complete with kilns for brick-making, quarries for stone, and workshops for tools. Recent discoveries show sophisticated supply chains, bringing materials from hundreds of miles away. The project employed millions of workers over the centuries, including soldiers, peasants, and prisoners, representing one of history's largest coordinated efforts. The wall's defensive features demonstrate deep military understanding. Crenellations provided protection for archers, while interior passages allowed rapid troop movement. Fortified gates controlled access points, with multiple barriers and killing zones. Storage areas within the wall held weapons, food, and supplies. The entire system could support extended sieges while maintaining communication with distant command centers. Modern engineering analysis reveals remarkable construction quality. Many sections have survived earthquakes that destroyed nearby buildings. The wall's flexibility, built into its design, allows movement during seismic events without catastrophic failure. Foundation techniques, adapted to local soil conditions, demonstrate sophisticated understanding of structural engineering principles. As you rest in contemplation of this monumental achievement, feel the weight of human ambition and perseverance. The Great Wall represents more than military defense. It embodies a civilization's determination to protect its people and culture. Each stone was placed by human hands, Each mile represents countless individual efforts united toward a common goal. The wall reminds us that extraordinary achievements require not just vision, but sustained commitment across generations. The Great Wall's legacy extends far beyond its original purpose. It influenced military architecture worldwide, demonstrated the power of coordinated human effort, and created a symbol of cultural identity that endures today. Modern visitors walk paths worn smooth by centuries of guards, experiencing firsthand the monument to human determination that spans mountains, deserts, and time itself. Rest now in this ancient wisdom. Chapter 8. The Colosseum, stadium of ingenious design. Picture yourself standing before the most magnificent amphitheater ever constructed, in the heart of ancient Rome around 80 CE. Let the warm Mediterranean sun wash over you, as we explore the Colosseum, a masterpiece of engineering that revolutionized public architecture and demonstrated Roman innovation at its finest. Breathe deeply, and prepare to discover how ancient builders created a stadium that still influences modern design nearly 2,000 years later. Feel the smooth travertine limestone beneath your fingertips as you examine the Colosseum's elegant facade. Rising 4 stories and 157 feet high, the structure combines 3 classical architectural orders: Doric columns on the ground level, Ionic on the second, and Corinthian on the third. This wasn't mere decoration, but a sophisticated load-bearing system that distributed the enormous weight of 50,000 spectators across the building's framework. Marvel at the revolutionary construction techniques. Roman engineers used a combination of travertine, tough volcanic rock, and brick-faced concrete to create a structure both massive and surprisingly lightweight. The foundation, extending 40 feet below ground, consists of concrete and travertine blocks, designed to support the immense loads above. Innovative use of arches and vaults allowed the creation of vast interior spaces without internal columns blocking views. Breathe slowly, and imagine the ingenious crowd management systems. 80 entrances, numbered and organized by social class, allowed the massive audience to enter and exit efficiently. The vomitoria, curved passageways beneath the seating, could empty the entire building in just 15 minutes. Staircases and corridors were precisely calculated to prevent dangerous crowding, demonstrating urban planning principles that modern stadium designers still study. Let your mind drift beneath the arena floor, to the hypogeum, a complex underground network of chambers, corridors, and mechanical systems. Here, elaborate pulley systems and counterweights operated trapdoors in the arena floor, allowing dramatic appearances of gladiators, wild animals, and elaborate stage sets. Vertical shafts connected to ground level, while a sophisticated drainage system prevented flooding during the staged naval battles called naumachia. Consider the remarkable velarium, a retractable awning system that provided shade for spectators. Operated by experienced sailors from the Roman fleet, this canvas roof could be deployed or retracted depending on weather conditions. The system required 240 wooden masts around the building's perimeter, connected by an intricate network of ropes and pulleys. This represented one of history's first retractable stadium roofs. Feel the acoustic precision built into every surface. The Colosseum's elliptical design and carefully angled walls created perfect sound distribution. Spectators in the highest seats could clearly hear events on the arena floor, while the underground chambers were acoustically isolated. Recent studies show the Romans understood sound reflection and absorption, incorporating these principles into the building's geometry. The construction logistics astound even today. Building the Colosseum required coordinating thousands of workers, from skilled stonemasons to specialized engineers. Materials came from quarries across the empire, transported on specially built roads and waterways. The project employed innovative construction techniques, including the use of cranes powered by human treadmills, and sophisticated scaffolding systems that allowed work to proceed on multiple levels simultaneously. Examine the sophisticated water systems. Hidden pipes supplied fountains throughout the building, while drainage channels prevented accumulation during Rome's frequent rains. The arena floor could be flooded for naval spectacles, then drained and covered with sand for gladiatorial combat. This hydraulic engineering required precise calculations and waterproof construction techniques. The Colosseum's influence on architecture extends far beyond ancient Rome. Its combination of functional design, structural innovation, and aesthetic beauty established principles still used in modern stadiums. The integration of crowd flow, sightlines, and mechanical systems created a template for public entertainment venues. Every modern arena owes a debt to Roman engineering genius. As you contemplate this architectural marvel, feel connected to the human desire to create gathering places, spaces where communities come together for shared experiences. The Colosseum represents more than engineering prowess. It embodies the Roman understanding that great civilizations require great public spaces, places where citizens can gather, celebrate, and participate in collective cultural life. The building's endurance through earthquakes, floods, and centuries of stone robbing testifies to Roman construction quality. What began as entertainment venue became fortress, church, and housing, adapting to changing needs while maintaining its essential structural integrity. Its ruins continue inspiring architects, engineers, and dreamers who recognize that human creativity, properly applied, can create monuments that transcend their original purpose. Let wonder settle over you softly. Chapter 9. Angkor Wat, water management masterpiece. Step through the centuries with me, to the lush jungles of Cambodia, where in the 12th century, Khmer engineers created the world's largest religious monument, surrounded by the most sophisticated water management system ever devised. Let the humid tropical air embrace you, as we explore Angkor Wat, a temple complex that demonstrates how ancient builders transformed an entire landscape, turning seasonal floods into agricultural abundance. Picture yourself approaching the magnificent temple around 1150 CE, during the reign of King Suryavarman VII. The massive structure rises from perfectly still water, its 5 lotus bud towers reflecting in the surrounding moat. This isn't merely decoration, but the visible centerpiece of a vast hydraulic network that sustained over 1 million people, making Angkor the world's largest pre-industrial city. Feel the smooth sandstone blocks, each precisely cut and fitted without mortar. The temple itself covers 400 acres, while the greater Angkor complex spans over 150 square miles. Connected by an intricate system of canals, reservoirs, and raised causeways. Every element serves both spiritual and practical purposes, demonstrating the Khmer understanding that successful civilization requires harmony between human needs and natural cycles. Breathe slowly, and marvel at the ingenious water capture systems. The Khmer built massive reservoirs called barrays, some stretching 5 miles long, to collect monsoon rainwater. The West Barray alone held 123 million gallons, enough to sustain the population through the dry season. These weren't simple ponds, but engineered systems with precise depths, inlet channels, and distribution networks. Let your mind drift along the sophisticated canal network. Over 600 miles of waterways connected temples, residential areas, and agricultural zones. The canals served multiple functions: transportation, irrigation, flood control, and waste management. During monsoon season, excess water flowed safely to designated areas, while the dry season saw controlled release to rice paddies and urban areas. Consider the remarkable engineering of the temple moat. This 650-foot wide water barrier completely surrounds Angkor Wat, but serves far more than defensive purposes. The moat regulates groundwater levels, prevents foundation settling, and creates a microclimate that protects the sandstone from extreme temperature fluctuations. Recent studies show it also provided acoustic benefits, amplifying ceremonial sounds while reducing external noise. Marvel at the precision of the hydraulic calculations. Khmer engineers understood water flow dynamics, creating systems with perfect gradients for consistent distribution. They built spillways, sluice gates, and overflow channels that automatically Gulated water levels. The network operated entirely through gravity flow, requiring no mechanical pumps or external power sources, yet functioned flawlessly for centuries. The agricultural integration astounds modern planners. Rice paddies were positioned at specific elevations to receive optimal water flow, while fish ponds provided protein and additional water storage. Floating rice varieties, cultivated in deeper areas, could survive both floods and droughts. This represented true sustainable agriculture, supporting massive populations without depleting natural resources. Feel the temple's connection to cosmic symbolism. Angkor Wat represents Mount Meru, the center of the Hindu universe, while the surrounding moat symbolizes the cosmic ocean. The 5 central towers align with celestial events, particularly the spring equinox, when the sun rises directly behind the central spire. This astronomical precision required sophisticated mathematical knowledge and surveying techniques. Recent archaeological discoveries reveal the system's true complexity. Lidar scanning has uncovered previously unknown canals, reservoirs, and urban areas. The water network extended far beyond the visible temples, connecting distant communities and agricultural zones. Sophisticated maintenance systems included sediment traps, channel cleaning protocols, and seasonal repair schedules. The Angkor water system influenced urban planning across Southeast Asia. Its principles of integrated water management, combining flood control, irrigation, transportation, and urban supply, established models still studied by modern engineers. The system's sustainability, operating successfully for over 400 years, demonstrates the effectiveness of working with natural water cycles rather than against them. As you rest in contemplation, feel the gentle flow of ancient wisdom. The Khmer created more than magnificent temples, they engineered an entire civilization around water. Their legacy reminds us that true engineering serves both practical needs and spiritual aspirations. That the greatest achievements emerge when human creativity works in harmony with natural forces. The temple's endurance through centuries of jungle growth, political upheaval, and climate change testifies to the builders' profound understanding. They created not just monuments, but sustainable systems that could adapt and survive. Their water management principles offer valuable lessons for our modern world, facing similar challenges of population growth, resource management, and environmental sustainability. Feel this ingenuity becoming part of your dreams. Chapter 10. The Lighthouse of Alexandria. Beacon of the ancient world. Feel yourself drifting to ancient times, to the bustling harbor of Alexandria, where around 280 BCE, Ptolemaic engineers created one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Let the Mediterranean breeze carry you back, as we explore the Pharos Lighthouse, a towering marvel of engineering that guided ships safely home for over 1,500 years. Breathe deeply, and prepare to discover how ancient builders created the world's first skyscraper, a beacon that revolutionized maritime navigation. Picture the magnificent structure rising from Pharos Island, connected to Alexandria by a causeway called the Heptastadion. The lighthouse soared between 330 and 450 feet into the sky, making it one of the tallest human-made structures in the ancient world. Built in 3 distinct sections, each with different architectural character, it combined practical engineering with breathtaking aesthetic beauty, visible to approaching ships from over 30 miles at sea. Feel the solid limestone blocks of the massive square base, measuring 100 feet on each side and rising 200 feet high. This foundation contained administrative offices, storage rooms for fuel and supplies, and living quarters for the lighthouse keepers. The walls, built with precisely fitted stone blocks, were thick enough to withstand Mediterranean storms and earthquakes, while internal ramps allowed workers to transport materials to upper levels. Breathe slowly, and marvel at the octagonal middle section, rising another 115 feet above the square base. This innovative design reduced wind resistance while maintaining structural strength. The transition from square to octagonal demonstrated sophisticated understanding of architectural engineering, creating visual elegance while solving practical problems. Windows at regular intervals provided light and ventilation, while also serving as observation points for monitoring sea conditions. Let your mind ascend to the circular top section, crowned with the actual beacon chamber. Here, ancient engineers created one of history's most ingenious optical systems. A massive bronze mirror, polished to perfection, reflected sunlight during the day and amplified firelight at night. The mirror could be adjusted using bronze mechanisms, directing the beam toward specific areas of the harbor approach. This represented the world's first lighthouse lens system. Consider the remarkable fuel logistics. Maintaining the beacon required enormous quantities of wood, transported daily up the lighthouse's internal ramps. Teams of workers, organized in shifts, kept the fire burning continuously, never allowing the light to fail. Storage systems within the structure held reserves of fuel, oil, and maintenance supplies. The operation required coordination rivaling a small city. Marvel at the sophisticated construction techniques. The lighthouse was built using a revolutionary concrete mixture, combining lime mortar with volcanic ash, creating materials stronger than the limestone blocks themselves. Lead sheets sealed joints against water infiltration, while bronze clamps held massive stones in perfect alignment. The foundation extended deep underwater, anchored to bedrock with techniques that modern marine engineers still admire. The lighthouse served multiple functions beyond navigation. Its height made it an ideal observation post for monitoring approaching ships, friend or foe. The structure housed administrative offices for harbor management, customs collection, and maritime record keeping. Scholars believe it also contained astronomical instruments, making it a center for scientific observation and maritime research. Ancient writers described the lighthouse's incredible engineering details. Hydraulic systems lifted fuel and supplies using counterweight mechanisms. The internal ramp system, wide enough for horse-drawn carts, spiraled gently upward through all three sections. Ventilation shafts prevented smoke accumulation, while drainage channels managed rainwater. Every detail reflected centuries of accumulated maritime knowledge. The optical system represented breakthrough technology. The bronze mirror, estimated at over 10 feet in diameter, was precisely curved to focus and direct light. During daylight hours, reflected sunlight created a beam visible for miles. At night, the fire's light, amplified and focused, guided ships through treacherous coastal waters. This technology wouldn't be equaled until modern lighthouse engineering. And as you rest in the glow of this ancient marvel, if these journeys through time bring you peace, consider subscribing to our channel, so more wonders can find you when you need them most. The lighthouse's legacy extends far beyond its physical presence, influencing lighthouse design worldwide and establishing principles of maritime safety that endure today. The Pharos Lighthouse operated successfully for over 15 centuries, surviving political upheavals, natural disasters, and changing technologies. Its gradual decline came not from structural failure, but from shifting coastlines and evolving navigation methods. Yet its influence shaped lighthouse construction across the Mediterranean, establishing Alexandria as the ancient world's premier maritime center. Allow this knowledge to comfort you. Chapter 11. Roman concrete, building material of eternity. Let us travel together now, to the heart of the Roman Empire, where ancient engineers discovered a revolutionary building material that would outlast their civilization by centuries. Breathe deeply, and prepare to explore the remarkable story of Roman concrete, a seemingly simple mixture that enabled architectural marvels, and continues to astound modern scientists with its extraordinary durability and strength. Picture yourself in a Roman workshop around 100 CE, watching skilled builders mix lime, water, and a mysterious volcanic ash called pozzolan. This isn't ordinary mortar, but a revolutionary concrete that will enable the construction of massive domes, soaring arches, and underwater structures. The secret ingredient, pozzolan from Mount Vesuvius, transforms simple lime mortar into a material stronger than the stones it binds together. Feel the rough texture of volcanic ash between your fingers, as Roman engineers discovered that this seemingly worthless byproduct created extraordinary chemical reactions. When mixed with lime and water, pozzolan forms calcium silicate hydrate crystals, creating a matrix stronger than modern Portland cement. The Romans didn't understand the chemistry, but through careful observation and experimentation, they perfected proportions that modern science struggles to replicate. Breathe slowly and marvel at the construction applications. Roman concrete enabled the Pantheon's massive dome, still the world's largest unreinforced concrete structure after 1,900 years. The material allowed builders to create complex curved surfaces, massive foundations, and structures that could withstand earthquakes, floods, and centuries of weathering. Unlike modern concrete that deteriorates within decades, Roman concrete actually grows stronger over time. Let your mind drift to the ingenious construction techniques. Romans developed aggregate systems using carefully graded stones, creating concrete with varying densities for different applications. Heavy travertine aggregate for foundations, lighter pumice for upper walls and domes. They understood that concrete's strength came not just from the binding agent, but from the intelligent selection and placement of aggregate materials. Consider the remarkable underwater applications. Roman concrete could set and cure beneath water, enabling construction of harbors, breakwaters, and bridge foundations. The secret lay in the volcanic ash's unique properties, which continued reacting with seawater, actually strengthening the concrete over centuries. Modern marine concrete crumbles within decades, while Roman harbor structures remain solid after 2 millennia. Marvel at the sophisticated mixing and placement methods. Roman builders used wooden forms and bronze tools to shape concrete while plastic. They developed techniques for preventing air bubbles, ensuring proper curing, and creating smooth finished surfaces. Large projects employed teams of specialized workers, each responsible for specific aspects of the concrete process, from mixing to placement to finishing. The material enabled architectural innovations impossible with stone alone. Concrete allowed Romans to build larger spans, higher domes, and more complex interior spaces. The baths of Caracalla, with their soaring vaulted ceilings, demonstrate concrete's structural possibilities, while the Colosseum's foundations show its load-bearing capacity. These buildings have survived earthquakes that destroyed later stone structures. Recent scientific analysis reveals why Roman concrete endures. The volcanic ash creates a self-healing matrix, where tiny cracks trigger chemical reactions that seal themselves. Seawater exposure activates dormant pozzolan, strengthening coastal structures over time. Modern concrete lacks these self-repair mechanisms, explaining why Roman structures often outlast contemporary buildings. The economic impact transformed Roman construction. Concrete required fewer skilled stonemasons, reduced transportation costs, and accelerated building schedules. Complex architectural forms could be created by relatively unskilled workers using wooden forms. This democratization of construction technology enabled Rome's massive building programs, from aqueducts to amphitheaters. Roman concrete recipes varied by application and location. Builders adapted mixtures to local materials and specific structural requirements. Underwater concrete used different pozzolan ratios than dome construction. Foundation concrete incorporated larger aggregates than wall concrete. This flexibility demonstrated sophisticated understanding of material properties and engineering requirements. As you contemplate this ancient innovation, feel connected to the human drive to improve and perfect. Roman engineers didn't just stumble upon superior concrete, they systematically developed and refined their techniques over centuries. Their patient experimentation, careful observation, and willingness to adapt created a material that modern technology struggles to equal. The legacy of Roman concrete extends far beyond ancient buildings. Modern researchers study Roman techniques to develop more durable, sustainable construction materials. Understanding how volcanic ash creates self-healing concrete could revolutionize modern construction, reducing maintenance costs and environmental impact. The Romans' empirical approach, testing and refining through practical application, offers valuable lessons for contemporary engineering. Breathe slowly, and let that wonder fade into peace. Chapter 12. The Nazca Lines, Geometric Desert Art. Close your eyes and imagine yourself transported to the vast Nazca Desert of southern Peru, where between 500 BCE and 500 CE, the Nazca people created one of archaeology's most enduring mysteries. Let the dry desert air embrace you, as we explore the remarkable Nazca Lines, massive geoglyphs etched into the earth with such precision and scale that their true magnificence can only be appreciated from the sky. Picture yourself soaring above the Pampa de San Jose, gazing down at an enormous spider, perfectly proportioned and stretching 150 feet across the desert floor. Nearby, a hummingbird spreads its wings over 300 feet, while geometric lines extend for miles in perfectly straight trajectories. These aren't random scratches in the earth, but carefully planned designs created by removing the dark surface stones to reveal lighter soil beneath. Feel the smooth desert stones beneath your fingertips as you examine the ingenious construction technique. The Nazca people discovered that removing the iron oxide-coated pebbles exposed lighter-colored earth underneath. This simple method, combined with the desert's extreme dryness and lack of wind erosion, preserved the lines for over 1,500 years. The contrast between dark surface and light subsurface creates images visible from great heights. Breathe slowly and marvel at the extraordinary precision achieved without aerial perspective. The famous Nazca spider maintains perfect anatomical proportions, including a reproductive organ visible only under microscope in real spiders. The monkey figure, stretching 300 feet, shows accurate finger counts and tail spirals. This level of detail suggests the creators possessed sophisticated knowledge of scaling techniques and geometric principles. Let your mind drift across the vast network of straight lines, some extending over 30 miles without deviation. These aren't casual paths but precisely surveyed alignments. Recent studies suggest the Nazca used simple tools, wooden stakes and rope, to maintain accuracy across enormous distances. The straightness rivals modern surveying, achieved through careful sighting and mathematical understanding. Consider the remarkable preservation conditions. The Nazca Desert receives less than 1 inch of rainfall annually, while minimal wind and stable geology protect the fragile surface. The lines exist in a unique microclimate, where human footprints can last for decades. This natural preservation allowed the geoglyphs to survive centuries of climate change and geological activity. Marvel at the diverse range of designs. Over 800 straight lines, 300 geometric figures, and 70 animal and plant designs cover nearly 200 square miles. The imagery includes local animals like llamas and monkeys, alongside geometric patterns of stunning complexity. Some figures combine realistic representation with abstract symbolism, suggesting sophisticated artistic and cultural meaning. The construction logistics astound modern researchers. Creating the larger figures required coordinating teams of workers across vast areas. The hummingbird alone would have taken hundreds of people working in careful coordination. Recent experiments show that small groups, using simple tools and careful planning, could create substantial geoglyphs in relatively short periods. Recent archaeological discoveries reveal the line's cultural context. The Nazca civilization developed sophisticated irrigation systems, pottery traditions, and textile arts. The geoglyphs weren't isolated achievements but part of a complex culture with advanced engineering capabilities. Nearby settlements show evidence of organized society capable of large-scale coordinated projects. The astronomical alignments add another layer of mystery. Many lines point toward solstice and equinox positions, while others align with important stars and constellations. The Nazca may have created a vast astronomical calendar, using the desert floor as a cosmic observatory. This suggests sophisticated understanding of celestial cycles and their relationship to agricultural and ceremonial activities. Modern technology continues revealing new discoveries. Satellite imagery and drone surveys have identified previously unknown geoglyphs, while ground-penetrating radar reveals construction details invisible to surface observation. Recent findings include over 140 new figures, demonstrating that the full extent of Nazca achievements remains unknown. The preservation challenges facing these ancient artworks highlight their fragility. Despite surviving 1,500 years, the lines face threats from modern development, climate change, and human activity. International conservation efforts work to protect this irreplaceable archaeological treasure, ensuring future generations can marvel at Nazca ingenuity. As you contemplate these mysterious desert drawings, feel connected to humanity's timeless urge to create meaning through art. The Nazca people transformed an entire landscape into a canvas, creating works of such scale and precision that they challenge our understanding of ancient capabilities. Their legacy reminds us that human creativity knows no bounds, that art and engineering can combine to create wonders that transcend their creators' lifetimes. The lines continue inspiring researchers, artists, and dreamers who recognize that some human achievements defy easy explanation. They represent the marriage of practical skill with visionary imagination, of careful planning with artistic expression. Their endurance across centuries speaks to the power of human creativity to transform landscapes and touch the infinite. Carry this marvel gently in your thoughts. Chapter 13. Greek Fire. Byzantine's secret weapon. In this moment, we journey back in time, to the glittering waters of the Golden Horn, where in 678 CE, Byzantine engineers perfected history's most fearsome naval weapon. Let the gentle Mediterranean breeze carry away your concerns, as we explore Greek fire, a mysterious incendiary compound that saved Constantinople from Arab conquest, and remained one of antiquity's most closely guarded secrets. Picture yourself aboard a Byzantine droman warship, watching skilled siphonry prepare their terrible weapon. The bronze siphon, mounted at the ship's prow, gleams in the morning sun, while below deck, technicians heat the secret mixture in copper cauldrons. This isn't ordinary fire, but a liquid flame that burns on water, clings to enemy ships, and cannot be extinguished by conventional means. Feel the smooth bronze of the flame projector, engineered with remarkable precision by Constantinople's finest craftsmen. The siphon system uses pressurized bellows to propel the burning liquid in a controlled stream, reaching distances of up to 50 feet. The mechanism incorporates valves, pressure chambers, and safety systems that prevent backflow, demonstrating sophisticated understanding of hydraulic engineering and combustion principles. Breathe slowly, and marvel at the weapon's devastating effectiveness. When Greek fire strikes an enemy vessel, it spreads rapidly across wooden surfaces. The flames burn with intense heat, producing thick black smoke that blinds and chokes defenders. Water cannot extinguish it, often making the fire burn more fiercely. Only sand, urine, or vinegar could smother the flames, knowledge that Byzantine forces carefully concealed from their enemies. Let your mind drift to the secret workshops of Constantinople, where master chemists, sworn to absolute secrecy, prepared the mysterious compound. Historical sources suggest the mixture contained naphtha, quicklime, and sulfur, though the exact formula died with its creators. The ingredients were processed separately, then combined under strict security, with each craftsman knowing only part of the complete recipe. Consider the remarkable tactical advantages. Greek fire transformed naval warfare, allowing smaller Byzantine fleets to defeat much larger enemy forces. Arab chronicles describe the terror it inspired, calling it liquid fire and artificial lightning. The psychological impact often proved as devastating as the physical destruction, with enemy crews abandoning ships rather than face the unstoppable flames. Marvel at the sophisticated delivery systems. Beyond ship-mounted siphons, Byzantines developed portable flamethrowers for siege defense, Greek fire grenades thrown by hand, and even flame-throwing towers for protecting harbor entrances. Each application required different engineering solutions, from pressure systems to safety mechanisms, demonstrating remarkable adaptability and innovation. The weapon's strategic importance cannot be overstated. Greek fire helped save Constantinople during multiple Arab sieges, preserving Byzantine civilization and Christian Europe. The 717 to 718 siege saw Greek fire destroy much of the massive Arab fleet, forcing the caliphate to abandon its conquest plans. This single weapon altered the course of medieval history. The secrecy surrounding Greek fire became legendary. Byzantine emperors treated the formula as a state secret more valuable than gold. Craftsmen took sacred oaths never to reveal the composition, while foreign attempts at espionage were met with severe punishment. The knowledge was passed down through carefully selected families, creating a hereditary guild of flame weapon specialists. Recent scientific analysis attempts to recreate the formula. Modern experiments suggest combinations of petroleum distillates, pine resin, and calcium oxide, which reacts violently with water. However, the exact proportions and preparation methods remain mysterious. The Byzantines' empirical chemistry, developed through centuries of experimentation, achieved results that modern science struggles to replicate. The weapon's decline came gradually, as gunpowder weapons replaced incendiary systems, and the Byzantine Empire's technological advantage eroded. The last recorded use occurred during Constantinople's final siege in 1453, when Ottoman cannons proved more decisive than ancient flame projectors. The secret formula vanished with the empire, taking its mysteries to the grave. Greek fire's legacy extends beyond military history. It represents one of humanity's earliest chemical weapons, demonstrating how scientific knowledge can provide decisive advantages. The Byzantine systematic approach to chemical warfare, combining empirical experimentation with engineering innovation, established principles that influenced later military technology. As you contemplate this ancient achievement, feel the weight of knowledge and responsibility? The Byzantine chemists created something powerful and terrible, a weapon that could save their civilization or destroy their enemies. Their careful secrecy reminds us that some knowledge carries profound consequences, that innovation must be balanced with wisdom and restraint. The mystery of Greek fire continues fascinating researchers, historians, and scientists who recognize that ancient peoples possessed sophisticated understanding we're still trying to comprehend. Their achievement represents the marriage of chemistry and engineering, of scientific observation with practical application. Their legacy burns eternal in human memory. Rest now in this ancient wisdom. Chapter 14. The Parthenon, mathematics in marble. Picture yourself standing before the most mathematically perfect building ever constructed, atop the sacred Acropolis of Athens around 447 BCE. Let the warm Greek sunlight wash over you, as we explore the Parthenon, a temple where ancient architects achieved visual perfection through subtle mathematical deceptions. Breathe deeply, and prepare to discover how Echinus and Callicrates created architectural harmony that still defines beauty itself. Feel the smooth Pentelik marble beneath your fingertips, quarried from Mount Pentelicus and transported with extraordinary care to this sacred hill. Each block was cut with precision that modern stonemasons struggle to match, yet the building's true genius lies not in its materials, but in the mathematical principles that govern every proportion, every curve, every seemingly straight line. Marvel at the revolutionary optical corrections. What appears perfectly straight and uniform actually incorporates dozens of subtle adjustments. The stylobate, the temple's foundation platform, curves upward at its center by nearly 3 inches, preventing the optical illusion that would make a truly flat surface appear to sag. This entasis, or swelling, required mathematical calculations of stunning sophistication. Breathe slowly, and observe how the columns lean slightly inward. Each of the 46 Doric columns tilts toward the temple's center, creating visual stability while preventing the illusion of outward falling. If extended upward, the column axes would meet approximately 1 mile above the building. This precise geometry required surveying accuracy that rivals modern instruments. Let your mind drift through the golden ratio proportions. The Parthenon's dimensions follow mathematical relationships found throughout nature. The ratio of width to length, height to width, and countless smaller proportions all reflect the golden section, approximately 1.618 to 1. This creates subconscious harmony that the human eye finds inherently pleasing, though viewers may not understand why. Consider the remarkable construction logistics. Building the Parthenon required transporting over 22,000 tons of marble, coordinating hundreds of skilled craftsmen, and maintaining mathematical precision across every element. The project employed advanced lifting devices, including compound pulleys and cranes, while bronze and iron clamps held massive blocks in perfect alignment. Feel the subtle swelling of the columns. Each shaft incorporates entasis, a gentle bulge that counteracts the optical illusion of concavity that perfectly straight columns would create. The curve is so subtle, maximum deviation of less than an inch, that it's invisible to casual observation, yet essential for visual perfection. This required mathematical calculations and stone-cutting precision of extraordinary sophistication. Marvel at the sculptural integration. The Parthenon seamlessly combines architecture with sculpture, creating unified artistic expression. Phidias designed the pediment sculptures, metapiece, and frieze to complement the building's proportions. The famous Elgin marbles demonstrate how mathematical harmony extends from structural elements to decorative details. The temple's proportional system influences every detail. Column spacing follows precise mathematical ratios, while the height relationships between different architectural elements create visual rhythm. The architects understood that beauty emerges from mathematical relationships, that harmony results from proportional consistency applied at every scale. Recent laser scanning reveals the building's incredible precision. Despite appearing uniform, no two elements are exactly identical. Each column, each block, each carved detail was individually adjusted to contribute to the overall optical effect. This represents architectural thinking of extraordinary sophistication, where mathematical theory serves aesthetic goals. The Parthenon's influence on architecture spans millennia. Its proportional systems inspired Roman temples, Renaissance palaces, and neoclassical government buildings worldwide. The mathematical principles discovered by Greek architects continue guiding contemporary design, proving that certain proportional relationships possess timeless appeal. Consider the building's endurance through 2,500 years. The Parthenon has survived earthquakes, wars, explosions, and centuries of weathering. Its structural integrity depends not just on material quality, but on the mathematical precision of its design. Proper proportions create inherent stability, while optical corrections actually strengthen the building's resistance to seismic forces. The temple represents the marriage of mathematics and art. Greek architects proved that beauty isn't arbitrary, but emerges from discoverable principles. Their systematic approach to proportion, their understanding of optical illusion, and their commitment to mathematical harmony created a building that defines architectural perfection. As you contemplate this marble masterpiece, feel connected to humanity's eternal quest for beauty and truth. The Parthenon demonstrates that mathematics underlies aesthetic experience, that careful observation and systematic thinking can unlock principles of universal appeal. The ancient Greeks showed us that true beauty emerges when human creativity works in harmony with mathematical law. Let wonder settle over you softly. Chapter 15. Egyptian Papyrus. Ancient information technologies step through the centuries with me, to the fertile banks of the ancient Nile, where over 5,000 years ago, Egyptian scribes revolutionized human communication by transforming humble marsh plants into the world's first practical writing material. Let the gentle river breeze carry you back, as we explore papyrus, an ingenious technology that preserved knowledge, enabled administration, and connected civilizations across the ancient world. Picture yourself beside the Nile Delta around 3000 BCE, watching skilled craftsmen harvest tall papyrus reeds from the marshy shallows. These aren't ordinary plants, but the foundation of an information revolution? The triangular stems, growing up to 15 feet tall, contain fibrous pith that Egyptian artisans discovered could be transformed into smooth, durable writing surfaces far superior to clay tablets or animal skins. Feel the smooth texture of finished papyrus, created through an ingenious manufacturing process that remained essentially unchanged for millennia. Craftsmen first cut the pith into thin strips, then laid them in perpendicular layers. The natural plant sugars acted as adhesive when pressed and dried, creating sheets that were flexible, lightweight, and remarkably durable. Some papyrus documents have survived over 4,000 years. Breathe slowly and marvel at the sophisticated production techniques. Egyptian workshops developed standardized sizes and quality grades, from fine writing material for royal decrees to coarser sheets for everyday correspondence. The best papyrus, made from the plant's tender inner core, provided writing surfaces so smooth that reed pens glided effortlessly across them, enabling the flowing hieroglyphic and hieratic scripts. Let your mind drift through the economic impact. Papyrus became Egypt's most valuable export, traded throughout the Mediterranean world. The Greeks and Romans depended entirely on Egyptian papyrus for their literature, legal documents, and administrative records. This created Egypt's first major technology monopoly, generating wealth that funded pyramids, temples, and artistic achievements. Consider the remarkable preservation properties. Unlike clay tablets that could shatter or wooden boards that rotted, papyrus documents could be rolled into scrolls, stored compactly, and transported safely across vast distances. The material's resistance to insects and decay, especially in Egypt's dry climate, allowed libraries to accumulate vast collections of knowledge. Marvel at the writing revolution this enabled. Papyrus made literacy more accessible by providing affordable, portable writing material. Scribes could create multiple copies of important texts, while scholars could compile extensive libraries. The Great Library of Alexandria, containing hundreds of thousands of papyrus scrolls, represented humanity's first systematic attempt to collect all knowledge. The manufacturing process required specialized knowledge passed down through generations. Master craftsmen guarded techniques for selecting optimal reeds, achieving proper fiber alignment, and creating consistent quality. Different regions developed distinctive characteristics, with the finest papyrus coming from the delta, where ideal growing conditions produced superior raw materials. Feel the cultural significance embedded in every sheet. Papyrus enabled the recording of literature, religious texts, scientific treatises, and historical chronicles that would otherwise have vanished. The Edwin Smith surgical papyrus preserved advanced medical knowledge, while the Rind mathematical papyrus documented sophisticated mathematical understanding. These documents provide windows into ancient Egyptian intellectual achievements. The technology's influence extended far beyond Egypt. Papyrus scrolls carried Egyptian knowledge throughout the ancient world, influencing Greek philosophy, Roman law, and early Christian theology. The material's portability enabled cultural exchange on an unprecedented scale, connecting civilizations and preserving ideas across centuries. Recent archaeological discoveries continue revealing papyrus innovations. Scholars have found evidence of quality control systems, standardized measurements, and specialized tools for papyrus production. The industry employed thousands of workers, from reed harvesters to finished sheet polishers, creating one of antiquity's most sophisticated manufacturing operations. The decline came gradually as paper-making technology spread from China, but papyrus production continued into medieval times. The last papyrus factory in Egypt operated until the 11th century, ending a 4,000-year tradition. Yet the word paper itself derives from papyruses, acknowledging this ancient technology's foundational role in human communication. As you contemplate this remarkable achievement, feel connected to humanity's eternal drive to preserve and share knowledge. Egyptian papyrus makers didn't just create writing material, they enabled civilization itself. Their innovation allowed ideas to transcend individual lifetimes, cultures to build upon previous achievements, and knowledge to flow across vast distances and centuries. The legacy lives in every book, every document, every written word that preserves human thought. The ancient Egyptians showed us that information technology, at its finest, serves not just practical needs but humanity's deepest aspirations, to learn, to remember, and to pass wisdom to future generations. Feel this ingenuity becoming part of your Reims. Chapter 16. The Pont du Gard, Roman bridge engineering. Feel yourself drifting to ancient times, to the sun-drenched hills of southern France, where around 50 CE, Roman engineers created one of history's most magnificent aqueduct bridges. Let the warm Mediterranean air embrace you, as we explore the Pont du Gard, a masterpiece of stone that has carried water, withstood floods, and inspired architects for nearly 2,000 years. Picture the massive structure spanning the Garden River, rising 160 feet above the rushing water in 3 graceful tiers. The bottom level contains 6 enormous arches, each spanning 80 feet, while the middle tier adds 11 smaller arches. The top level, carrying the precious aqueduct channel, features 35 delicate arches that seem to dance across the sky. This isn't merely functional engineering, but architecture that transforms utility into beauty. Feel the warm limestone blocks, each weighing up to 6 tons, fitted together with such precision that no mortar was needed. Roman masons shaped these massive stones using only bronze tools and careful measurement, creating joints so tight that knife blades cannot penetrate them. The golden stone, quarried locally, weathers beautifully, developing a patina that enhances rather than diminishes the bridge's magnificence. Breathe slowly and marvel at the construction logistics. Building the Pont du Gard required moving over 50,000 tons of stone, coordinating hundreds of skilled workers, and maintaining mathematical precision across the 900-foot span. Roman engineers used sophisticated lifting devices, including compound pulleys and wooden cranes, while temporary wooden scaffolding supported construction. The project demonstrated organizational mastery rivaling modern engineering. Let your mind drift along the aqueduct channel, carved into the bridge's top level with remarkable precision. The gradient drops just 2.5 centimeters per kilometer, allowing water to flow steadily without erosion or stagnation. This represents surveying accuracy achieved with simple bronze instruments, yet rivals modern laser-guided systems. The channel carried 44 million gallons daily from mountain springs to the Roman city of Nimes. Consider the ingenious design solutions. The bridge's 3-tier structure distributes enormous loads efficiently, while the varying arch sizes create visual rhythm and structural stability. Roman engineers understood that beauty and function could enhance each other. The proportional relationships follow mathematical principles that create inherent harmony, while practical features like cutwaters protect the foundations from flood damage. Marvel at the construction techniques. Romans developed innovative methods for building over water, using cofferdams to create dry work areas, while seasonal construction schedules took advantage of low water periods. The foundation stones extend deep into bedrock, anchored with lead clamps and bronze pins. This attention to foundational engineering explains the bridge's remarkable durability. The bridge demonstrates Roman mastery of arch construction. Each arch transfers weight efficiently to its neighbors, creating a structure stronger than the sum of its parts. The Romans perfected the semicircular arch, using wooden centering during construction, then removing the supports to reveal self-supporting stone curves. This technology enabled spans impossible with post and lintel construction. Feel the enduring quality of Roman engineering. The Pont du Gard has survived floods that destroyed later bridges, earthquakes that toppled nearby buildings, and centuries of weathering that would crumble lesser structures. Medieval builders used it as a toll bridge, adding roadways between the arches, while modern engineers study its techniques for insights into sustainable construction. Recent analysis reveals sophisticated details. The stones contain lifting bosses, projections that allowed precise placement using ropes and pulleys. Construction marks show how Roman masons maintained accuracy across the enormous structure. While drainage systems prevent water accumulation that could freeze and crack the stone. Every detail reflects accumulated engineering wisdom. The bridge's influence extends far beyond its original purpose. It inspired Renaissance architects, influenced neoclassical design, and continues teaching modern engineers about durable construction. The structure proves that Roman engineering principles, based on careful observation and systematic application, created buildings that outlast civilizations. As you contemplate this ancient marvel, feel connected to humanity's drive to overcome natural obstacles? The Pont du Gard represents more than water delivery. It embodies the Roman belief that engineering should serve civilization's highest aspirations. Their bridge transforms a practical necessity into an enduring symbol of human achievement, demonstrating that great engineering transcends mere function to become art. The golden limestone continues weathering gracefully, developing character rather than deteriorating, like wisdom that deepens with age. The Pont du Gard reminds us that true achievement creates beauty that endures, that careful craftsmanship and thoughtful design produce works that inspire across centuries. Allow this knowledge to comfort you. Chapter 17. Mayan Astronomy. Tracking the stars. Let us travel together now, to the dense rainforests of Mesoamerica, where between 250 and 900 CE, Mayan astronomers achieved mathematical precision that rivals modern calculations. Let the humid jungle air embrace you, as we explore how these remarkable scientists tracked celestial movements with extraordinary accuracy, using only naked eye observations and ingenious stone instruments. Picture yourself atop the Caracol Observatory at Chichen Itza, around 800 CE. This circular stone tower, with its precisely positioned windows, serves as a sophisticated astronomical instrument. Mayan priests climb narrow staircases to observation chambers, where carefully aligned openings frame specific stars and planets at crucial moments. Venus, Mars, and the Moon appear exactly where ancient calculations predicted. Feel the smooth limestone of the palace of the governor at Uxmal, its entire structure aligned to Venus's maximum southern position. The building's orientation shifts 28 degrees from cardinal directions, precisely matching the planet's 8-year cycle. This wasn't accidental, but represents centuries of careful observation, mathematical calculation, and architectural precision that encoded cosmic knowledge in enduring stone. Breathe slowly, and marvel at the Dresden Codex, where Mayan scribes recorded Venus cycles with stunning accuracy. Their calculations show Venus's synodic period as 584 days, just 2 hours different from modern measurements. These ancient astronomers tracked the planet through superior and inferior conjunctions, predicting its appearances as morning and evening star with precision that guided agricultural and ceremonial activities. Let your mind drift through the sophisticated Mayan calendar systems. The long count, tracking days since creation, demonstrates mathematical thinking spanning millions of years. The calendar round, combining 260-day sacred and 365-day solar cycles, creates 52-year periods that governed Mayan life. These interlocking systems required understanding of complex mathematical relationships and astronomical cycles. Consider the remarkable eclipse predictions. Mayan astronomers calculated lunar eclipse cycles using the Saros period, 223 lunar months or approximately 18 years. The Dresden Codex contains eclipse tables spanning centuries, warning when the moon would be eaten by the celestial serpent. This knowledge required systematic observation, mathematical modeling, and record-keeping across generations. Marvel at the precision of Mayan solar observations. At Chichen Itza, the Kukulkan Pyramid creates shadow serpents during equinoxes, as sunlight illuminates carved stone heads while shadows form undulating bodies. This architectural astronomy required understanding solar declination, shadow calculations, and precise stone placement. The effect demonstrates how Mayans integrated cosmic knowledge with monumental architecture. The Mayans developed sophisticated mathematical tools. Their vigesimal number system, based on 20 rather than 10, enabled complex astronomical calculations. They invented the concept of zero independently, using shell symbols to represent empty positions. This mathematical innovation allowed precise tracking of large numbers essential for long-term astronomical predictions. Feel the cultural significance of celestial knowledge. Mayan rulers claimed divine authority through astronomical expertise, accurately predicting eclipses, planetary positions, and seasonal changes. The ability to forecast cosmic events demonstrated connection with divine forces, legitimizing political power through scientific achievement. Astronomy wasn't abstract study but practical statecraft. Recent archaeological discoveries reveal additional astronomical alignments. Buildings at Palenque track winter solstice sunrise, while structures at Copan align with specific star positions. Ground-penetrating radar has identified previously unknown observatories, suggesting Mayan astronomical knowledge was even more extensive than previously recognized. The Mayan understanding of planetary cycles astounds modern astronomers. They calculated Mars's synodic period, tracked Jupiter's movements, and observed Mercury despite its proximity to the Sun. Without telescopes or mechanical instruments, they achieved accuracy that European astronomers wouldn't match until the Renaissance. Their methods combined systematic observation with mathematical sophistication. Consider the practical applications. Mayan farmers used astronomical knowledge for optimal planting times, while priests scheduled ceremonies to coincide with celestial events. The calendar systems integrated cosmic cycles with human activities, creating societies synchronized with universal rhythms. This represented holistic thinking that unified astronomy, agriculture, religion, and governance. The legacy influences modern understanding. Mayan astronomical records provide valuable data for contemporary researchers studying long-term celestial cycles. Their observations of Venus, recorded over centuries, help modern astronomers understand planetary motion variations. Ancient knowledge continues contributing to current scientific understanding. As you contemplate these achievements, feel connected to humanity's eternal fascination with the cosmos? Mayan astronomers demonstrated that careful observation, systematic thinking, and mathematical precision can unlock celestial secrets. Their legacy reminds us that scientific understanding transcends cultural boundaries, that human curiosity about the universe creates knowledge that endures across civilizations. The jungle has reclaimed many Mayan cities, but their astronomical knowledge lives on in stone alignments, mathematical codices, and calendar systems that continue inspiring wonder. They showed us that ancient peoples possessed intellectual capabilities equal to our own, achieving scientific precision through patience, dedication, and brilliant insight. Breathe slowly, and let that wonder fade into peace. Chapter 18. The Terracotta Army. Mass production millennia ago. Close your eyes and imagine yourself transported to ancient China around 210 BCE, where the first emperor Qin Shi Huang commissioned the most extraordinary burial army ever created. Let the cool underground air embrace you, as we explore the Terracotta Army, a masterpiece of mass production that demonstrates sophisticated manufacturing techniques over 2 millennia before the Industrial Age. Picture yourself descending into the vast underg, round chambers, where over 8,000 life-sized warriors stand in eternal formation. Each figure is unique, with individual facial features, expressions, and details, yet all were created using revolutionary production methods that combined artistic craftsmanship with systematic efficiency. The scale astounds, while the quality of individual pieces reveals remarkable attention to detail. Feel the smooth clay surface of a warrior's armor, crafted using modular construction techniques that modern manufacturers would recognize. Artisans created standardized components, torsos, arms, legs, and heads, then assembled them in countless combinations. This system enabled rapid production while ensuring each warrior maintained individual character. The clay mixture, containing local loess soil and sand, provided ideal working properties and durability. Breathe slowly and marvel at the sophisticated workshop organization. Archaeological evidence reveals assembly line production, with specialized craftsmen responsible for specific components. Some artisans focused exclusively on heads, others on armor details, while master sculptors added finishing touches. Over 700 craftsmen signed their work, creating an early quality control system that tracked individual contributions. Let your mind drift through the ingenious manufacturing processes. The warriors were built hollow to prevent cracking during firing, while modular assembly allowed efficient use of kiln space. Firing temperatures reached 1000 degrees Celsius, achieved in massive kilns that could accommodate multiple figures simultaneously. The process required precise timing, temperature control, and coordinated teamwork. Consider the remarkable standardization systems. Weapons were manufactured to exact specifications, with bronze swords maintaining consistent length and weight. Arrowheads were mass-produced using bronze molds, while crossbow mechanisms followed standardized designs. This interchangeability, essential for military effectiveness, demonstrates advanced understanding of manufacturing principles. Marvel at the artistic sophistication within mass production. Despite systematic manufacturing, each warrior displays individual personality. Different hairstyles indicate military ranks, while facial expressions range from stern determination to youthful eagerness. Armor styles vary by military unit, with infantry, cavalry, and officers wearing appropriate gear. This attention to detail required artistic vision combined with production efficiency. The pigment technology reveals advanced chemical knowledge. Originally, all warriors were painted in brilliant colors, using mineral-based pigments that have largely faded. Recent analysis shows sophisticated paint formulations, including purple made from rare minerals and flesh tones mixed from multiple compounds. The painting process required additional specialized craftsmen and careful coordination. Feel the underground preservation conditions. The tomb's sealed environment protected the army for over 2 millennia, while the clay composition proved remarkably durable. However, exposure to air causes rapid deterioration, challenging modern conservators to develop preservation techniques. The site demonstrates both ancient durability and modern conservation challenges. Recent discoveries continue revealing the Army's complexity. Ground-penetrating radar suggests additional chambers containing cavalry units, chariots, and support personnel. Excavations have uncovered bronze weapons still sharp after 2,200 years, while advanced metallurgy created chrome-plated surfaces that resist corrosion. The technological sophistication rivals modern manufacturing. The logistics astound modern researchers. Creating the Army required coordinating thousands of workers, managing vast quantities of raw materials, and maintaining quality standards across multiple production sites. The project consumed enormous resources, yet maintained artistic integrity throughout. This represents organizational achievement equal to the artistic accomplishment. Consider the cultural significance. The Terracotta Army reflects Chinese beliefs about afterlife, imperial power, and artistic achievement. Each warrior was created to serve the emperor eternally, while the army's diversity represents the multicultural nature of Qin military forces. The project unified artistic traditions from across China into coherent artistic vision. The manufacturing innovations influenced Chinese production for centuries. Techniques developed for the Terracotta Army appeared in later ceramic production, metalworking, and architectural projects. The systematic approach to large-scale manufacturing established principles that guided Chinese craftsmanship. The legacy extends beyond art into industrial organization. As you contemplate this ancient achievement, feel connected to humanity's drive to create lasting monuments. The Terracotta Army represents more than imperial burial goods. It demonstrates how systematic thinking can achieve artistic goals. The ancient Chinese showed that mass production need not sacrifice individual character, that efficiency can serve beauty. The silent warriors continue standing guard, their clay faces bearing expressions of eternal vigilance. They remind us that human creativity, properly organized and skillfully executed, can create wonders that transcend their original purpose, becoming treasures for all humanity to admire and study. Carry this marvel gently in your thoughts. Chapter 19. Petra. City carved from rock. In this moment, we journey back in time, to the rose-red cliffs of southern Jordan, where around 300 BCE, the ingenious Nabateans transformed solid sandstone into one of the world's most extraordinary cities. Let the desert wind carry you back, as we explore Petra, a masterpiece of rock-cut architecture that demonstrates how human vision can transform the impossible into the eternal. Picture yourself approaching through the narrow Sik, a natural gorge that winds between towering cliffs for over a mile. The passage narrows to just 10 feet wide, creating dramatic anticipation before revealing Petra's most famous monument, the treasury, carved directly from the living rock face. This 130-foot-tall facade, with its intricate Hellenistic details, emerges from solid sandstone like a vision materialized from ancient dreams. Feel the smooth sandstone beneath your fingertips, worn by centuries of desert winds into flowing curves and dramatic colors. The Nabateans discovered that this particular stone, layered in bands of red, pink, and cream, could be carved with remarkable precision. Using simple iron tools, they removed millions of tons of rock, working from top to bottom to prevent collapse, creating architectural marvels that seem to grow from the cliff faces themselves. Breathe slowly and marvel at the sophisticated water management systems. In this arid landscape, the Nabateans engineered one of antiquity's most advanced hydraulic networks. Carved channels, called sakot, directed precious rainwater into underground cisterns, while ceramic pipes carried water throughout the city. The system collected and stored over 40 million liters, transforming a desert location into a thriving metropolis. Let your mind drift through the remarkable urban planning. Petra contains over 800 carved monuments, from simple burial chambers to elaborate temple complexes. The monastery, requiring a challenging climb up ancient stone steps, rewards visitors with breathtaking views and architectural grandeur. Each structure was carefully positioned to take advantage of natural rock formations, creating harmony between human creativity and geological beauty. Consider the ingenious construction techniques. Nabatean masons worked without scaffolding, carving from the top down to prevent structural collapse. They developed specialized tools for different stone textures, while understanding how to follow natural rock grain for maximum stability. The facades often mask complex interior chambers, with elaborate ventilation systems and structural supports invisible from outside. Marvel at the international architectural influences. Petra's buildings blend Nabatean, Greek, Roman, and Egyptian styles into unique synthesis. The treasury combines classical columns with Eastern decorative elements, while the royal tombs display Assyrian influences. This cultural fusion reflects Petra's role as a crucial crossroads where trade routes, ideas, and artistic traditions converge. The city's strategic importance lay in controlling incense and spice trade. Caravans traveling between Arabia and the Mediterranean paid taxes to pass through Nabatean territory. This wealth funded Petra's construction, while the city's hidden location provided security from raiders. The narrow Sik served as both dramatic entrance and defensive bottleneck, easily controlled by small forces. Feel the acoustic properties built into the rock chambers. Many tombs and temples demonstrate sophisticated understanding of sound, with carved niches that amplify voices and create resonant effects. Religious ceremonies would have been enhanced by these acoustic features, while the natural echo chambers added mystical atmosphere to sacred spaces. Recent archaeological discoveries reveal Petra's true complexity. Ground-penetrating radar has identified previously unknown structures, while excavations uncover sophisticated residential areas, markets, and workshops. The city supported thousands of inhabitants, with complex social hierarchies reflected in tomb sizes and decorative elaboration. The decline came gradually as trade routes shifted. Roman annexation in 106 CE reduced Nabatean independence, while changing commercial patterns diminished the city's economic importance. Earthquakes in the 4th and 8th centuries damaged many structures, leading to gradual abandonment. The desert reclaimed the city until rediscovery by Western explorers in 1812. Conservation challenges highlight the monument's fragility. Salt crystallization, caused by groundwater, threatens the carved facades, while tourism impact requires careful management. International efforts work to preserve this UNESCO World Heritage Site, using both traditional techniques and modern technology. As you contemplate this rose-red wonder, feel connected to humanity's eternal drive to create beauty from challenging circumstances. The Nabateans didn't just adapt to their harsh environment, they transformed it into something magnificent. Their legacy carved in stone reminds us that human imagination, combined with patient skill, can overcome any obstacle. The silent facades continue watching over empty valleys, their carved details still sharp after 2 millennia. They represent the marriage of practical necessity with artistic vision, of engineering skill with aesthetic sensibility. Petra stands as proof that true achievement transcends its creators, becoming heritage for all humanity. Rest now in this ancient wisdom. Chapter 20. Ancient Damascus Steel, Lost Metallurgy. Picture yourself standing before a master swordsmith's forge in ancient Damascus around 1100 CE, where glowing coals illuminate one of history's greatest metallurgical mysteries. Let the warm desert air embrace you, as we explore Damascus steel, a legendary material whose secrets vanished with its creators, leaving behind blades of extraordinary beauty and unmatched performance that modern science still struggles to replicate. Feel the distinctive watered pattern rippling across a Damascus blade's surface, like flowing water frozen in steel. These aren't mere decorations but visible evidence of the metal's unique internal structure. The wavy bands, called damask patterns, result from alternating layers of high and low carbon steel, folded and forged hundreds of times to create a composite material stronger than its individual components. Breathe slowly and marvel at the extraordinary properties. Damascus blades could cut through European swords while remaining flexible enough to bend without breaking. Crusader chronicles describe Damascus steel slicing through silk scarves, then cleaving iron helmets with equal ease. The combination of razor sharpness, incredible toughness, and corrosion resistance seemed almost magical to medieval warriors. Let your mind drift to the mysterious raw material, Wootz steel, imported from India in small ingots containing precisely the right carbon content and trace elements. Syrian smiths discovered that this particular steel, when heated and worked using secret techniques, developed the characteristic patterns and superior properties. The chemistry remained mysterious, passed down through generations of master craftsmen. Consider the sophisticated forging process. Damascus smiths heated Wootz ingots to specific temperatures, then worked the metal using techniques that encouraged the formation of carbide bands. The process required extraordinary skill, with masters spending decades learning to read the steel's behavior, recognize optimal temperatures, and manipulate the metal's crystalline structure through careful heating and cooling cycles. Marvel at the precision required. Creating Damascus steel demanded perfect control of temperature, timing, and technique. The slightest variation could ruin months of work. Masters guarded their secrets jealously, passing knowledge only to trusted apprentices through years of careful instruction. The workshops became centers of metallurgical expertise unmatched anywhere in the medieval world. The steel's reputation spread throughout the known world. European knights prized Damascus blades above all others, while Islamic warriors considered them symbols of divine favor. The swords became diplomatic gifts between rulers, treasured heirlooms passed through generations, and legendary weapons in epic tales. Their fame transcended mere utility to achieve mythical status. Feel the cultural significance embedded in each blade. Damascus swords represented the pinnacle of Islamic craftsmanship, combining scientific knowledge with artistic vision. The flowing patterns weren't just beautiful but demonstrated the smith's mastery over nature's forces. Each blade became a unique work of art, no two patterns exactly alike. The decline began in the 18th century, as the supply of proper wood steel from India diminished. Political upheavals disrupted trade routes, while changing military technology reduced demand for traditional swords. The last master smiths took their secrets to the grave, ending a tradition spanning over 500 years. Recent scientific analysis attempts to unlock the mystery. Electron microscopy reveals Damascus steel's complex microstructure, with carbon nanotubes and cementite bands creating the distinctive properties. However, reproducing the exact conditions remains challenging. Modern attempts create similar patterns but struggle to match the original performance characteristics. The steel's composition included trace elements from the original ore, vanadium, chromium, and other metals that influenced the final properties. These impurities, considered flaws in modern metallurgy, actually contributed to Damascus steel's unique characteristics. The ancient smiths achieved through empirical knowledge what modern science explains through molecular theory. Consider the technological sophistication. Damascus steel makers understood concepts that wouldn't be formally recognized until the development of modern metallurgy. They manipulated crystal structures, controlled carbon distribution, and created composite materials using techniques that modern industry has only recently rediscovered. The legend continues inspiring modern research. Scientists study historical blades to understand ancient techniques, while bladesmiths attempt to recreate the lost methods. Some claim success, but debates continue about whether modern reproductions truly match the originals. The mystery adds to Damascus steel's enduring fascination. As you contemplate this metallurgical marvel, feel connected to humanity's drive to perfect their crafts. Damascus steel represents more than superior weaponry. It embodies the marriage of science and art, of systematic knowledge with intuitive skill. The ancient smiths achieved mastery through patient observation, careful experimentation, and dedication to excellence. The surviving blades continue fascinating researchers and collectors. Their patterns still sharp, their mysteries still unsolved. They remind us that human knowledge can be both gained and lost, that some achievements represent unique convergences of materials, techniques, and cultural knowledge that may never be exactly replicated. Let wonder settle over you softly, as our journey through ancient wonders draws to a peaceful close. Let your mind drift gently back through the remarkable achievements we've explored together. Feel your breathing slow and deepen, as we reflect on 20 extraordinary testaments to human ingenuity that have withstood the test of millennia. From the mathematical precision of Egypt's Great Pyramid, where ancient architects encoded cosmic relationships in enduring stone, to the sophisticated water networks of Roman aqueducts that sustained entire civilizations, we've witnessed how our ancestors transformed impossible dreams into lasting reality. Each monument represents not just engineering prowess, but the eternal human drive to create, to improve, and to leave something beautiful for future generations. Let the gentle Mediterranean breeze carry you past the bronze gears of the Antikythera mechanism, that remarkable ancient computer which proves our ancestors possessed scientific understanding far more sophisticated than previously imagined. Feel the mountain mist of Machu Picchu, where Inca engineers achieved perfect harmony between human ambition and natural landscape, creating architecture that flows with the earth rather than conquering it. Breathe slowly, and remember the legendary Hanging Gardens of Babylon, where hydraulic engineers defied nature itself to create vertical paradise in the desert. These weren't just technical achievements but expressions of love, beauty, and the human soul's longing for wonder. The ancient builders understood that true engineering serves not just practical needs but our deepest aspirations for meaning and magnificence. Allow your mind to rest in the stone circle of Stonehenge, where Neolithic astronome R.S. created a cosmic calendar that continues marking celestial cycles after 5,000 years. Their patient sky watching and mathematical precision remind us that scientific curiosity transcends cultural boundaries, that human beings have always sought to understand their place in the vast universe. Feel the solid strength of the Great Wall of China, snaking across impossible terrain through the vision and determination of countless generations. This monument embodies humanity's capacity for coordinated effort, for sacrificing individual comfort in service of collective goals. The wall reminds us that extraordinary achievements require not just brilliant ideas but sustained commitment across time. Drift through the elegant arches of the Colosseum, where Roman architects revolutionized public architecture and crowd management. Their innovations in concrete, acoustics, and structural engineering established principles still used in modern stadiums. The building represents humanity's need for gathering places, for shared experiences that bind communities together. Let your thoughts flow like the ancient canals of Angkor Wat, where Khmer engineers created the world's most sophisticated water management system, supporting over 1 million people in sustainable harmony with natural cycles. Their achievement demonstrates that true civilization emerges when human creativity works in partnership with environmental wisdom. Feel the guiding light of Alexandria's Great Lighthouse, that towering beacon which safely guided ships for over 15 centuries. The Pharos represents humanity's drive to help others, to create systems of safety and support that serve the common good. Its bronze mirrors and hydraulic systems show how ancient engineers combined optical science with mechanical innovation. Rest in the enduring strength of Roman concrete, that remarkable material which grows stronger with age, while modern concrete crumbles within decades. The Romans achieved through careful observation and systematic experimentation what we're still trying to understand. Their legacy reminds us that sustainable technology requires patience, wisdom, and respect for natural processes. Marvel once more at the mysterious Nazca lines, those vast desert drawings that transform entire landscapes into artistic expression. The precision required to create such massive figures without aerial perspective demonstrates mathematical understanding and organizational skills that challenge our assumptions about ancient capabilities. Feel the warmth of Greek fire, that fearsome Byzantine weapon whose secrets died with its creators. This legendary technology reminds us that knowledge can be both gained and lost, that some achievements represent unique convergences of materials, techniques, and cultural understanding that may never be exactly replicated. Drift through the mathematical perfection of the Parthenon, where Greek architects proved that beauty emerges from discoverable principles. Their understanding of optical illusions, proportional relationships, and structural engineering created a building that defines architectural harmony, showing us that true excellence results from the marriage of science and art. Remember the information revolution of Egyptian papyrus, the world's first practical writing material that enabled the preservation and transmission of knowledge across vast distances and centuries. This humble technology made possible libraries, literature, and the accumulation of human wisdom that forms the foundation of civilization itself. Feel the spanning strength of the Pont du Gard, where Roman engineers created beauty from necessity, transforming a utilitarian aqueduct bridge into architectural poetry. The golden limestone structure demonstrates that functional engineering can transcend mere utility to become art that inspires across millennia. Rest in the cosmic knowledge of Mayan astronomy, where ancient scientists achieved mathematical precision that rivals modern calculations, using only naked eye observations and stone instruments. Their dedication to understanding celestial cycles shows us that scientific curiosity is a universal human trait, transcending cultures and epochs. Marvel at the mass production techniques of China's terracotta army, where ancient craftsmen combined systematic manufacturing with individual artistry, creating thousands of unique warriors through modular construction methods. This achievement proves that efficiency need not sacrifice beauty, that organized human effort can accomplish seemingly impossible tasks. Feel the carved majesty of Petra, where Nabatean architects transformed solid rock into architectural wonder. Their city demonstrates how human vision can work with natural materials to create beauty from the most challenging circumstances. The rose-red facades remind us that true art emerges from the marriage of imagination and skill. Remember the legendary Damascus steel, whose secrets vanished with its creators, leaving behind blades of extraordinary beauty and unmatched performance. This lost technology represents the fragility of human knowledge and the importance of preserving and sharing our discoveries for future generations. As you reflect on these 20 marvels, feel a deep connection to the countless individuals whose creativity, determination, and skill created wonders that outlasted empires. These weren't superhuman beings but people like ourselves, driven by curiosity, ambition, and the desire to leave something meaningful behind. Each civilization we visited faced similar challenges: how to move massive stones, manage water resources, preserve knowledge, create beauty, and build structures that would endure. Their solutions varied with available materials and cultural values, yet all demonstrate the same fundamental human characteristics: ingenuity, persistence, and the willingness to dream beyond apparent limitations. These ancient engineers and architects remind us that human creativity knows no bounds when guided by vision and sustained by effort. They faced seemingly impossible challenges with limited tools, yet created achievements that continue inspiring wonder 20, 30, even 50 centuries later. Their legacy lives not just in stone and bronze but in the proof they offer that human beings can accomplish anything they set their minds to. The knowledge embedded in these monuments connects us across time to our shared human heritage. The mathematical principles discovered by Greek architects, the hydraulic innovations of Roman engineers, the astronomical observations of Mayan scientists, all contribute to the accumulated wisdom that enables our modern world. We stand on the shoulders of these ancient giants. Feel yourself drifting deeper into peaceful rest, knowing that you carry within you the same creative spark that built pyramids, carved cities from rock, and reached toward the stars with bronze instruments. The human story is one of continuous innovation, of problems solved and beauty created, of knowledge passed from generation to generation like an eternal flame. Let this knowledge comfort you as you prepare for sleep. Tomorrow's challenges may seem daunting, but remember that humans have always found ways to overcome obstacles, to create order from chaos, to build lasting beauty from humble materials. The same ingenuity that created these ancient marvels flows through your own mind and hands. Rest peacefully in the understanding that you are part of this grand human story, a continuation of the same creative force that has been shaping the world for millennia. Your own contributions, however small they may seem, add to the great tapestry of human achievement that stretches from ancient Egypt to the present day. If this journey through ancient wonders brought you peace, consider subscribing to our channel and sharing this knowledge with others who love history. More discoveries await you here, whenever you return. As sleep embraces you tonight, may you dream of soaring stone arches, flowing water systems, and bronze gears turning in harmony with celestial cycles. May the wisdom of ancient builders guide your own creative endeavors, and may you wake tomorrow inspired by the endless possibilities that human ingenuity can achieve. Good night.